All right, here is a tour of my beautiful garden. It is August 2nd, 2022, and it's going crazy. I just got back from out of town for a week, and I'm just so surprised it's growing so fast right now. My friend has been taking care of it, but it needs a lot of pruning. But anyway, I'll show you what's going on because it's rad. Um, okay, I'll start with the trouble spot. This is my cucumber, which has turned yellow, and all my cucumbers are yellow. I think low nitrogen. It greened up when I gave it some fertilizer, but then I haven't been gone. I've been gone for a week, so it's still yellow. And this pepper also kind of having problems. Also looks malnourished. And for some reason, I think this little section is malnourished. For some reason, I had basil here last year, and I had tomatoes across the back. Anyway, this pepper is a yellow bell pepper, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. It hasn't given me any peppers yet. This is a little serrano pepper that's flowering and even has a serrano. And this guy, he was like a backup plant, and I didn't mean to keep him, but he just thrived. He just told me he wanted to live because was he survived some neglect, and so I decided to plant him. And he's growing. He's going to give us some serrano peppers. He's giving me one right now. Then this is my cornfield, which I planted different varieties of corn at different times, so they're kind of coming ripe at different times. Like, here you go, and this will be so delicious. But some of it still, you can see like these tassels, this one's still growing. And so I kind of did that on purpose because last year I got like a giant corn harvest all at once. This year I want it to kind of roll through my harvest. Anyway, that's my little corn patch. Very cute. So delicious, cute and delicious. Everything's coming right now. Oh, this is my variety of lettuces. I recommend to everyone that's what you should do is plant a variety of lettuces and then just like pick off the leaves. Don't get the whole head. And you will have a salad like every single night for months in a row. It'll be the most delicious salad because like these Simpson lettuces, these little Simpsons, like they don't even last like 4 hours. Like you could never commercially sell this lettuce. It's so delicious. What else we got here? This is some thyme and a few other herbs in this little back section. I kind of have too much garden, so some stuff maybe gets neglected, but my friend Sherry's been taking care of stuff and doing a really good job. Okay, let's look at what everybody loves the most, the tomatoes. So I invented this method. See, I create this A like this. I plant the tomato stalk down there in between the A's. Then I grow the vines up the front like that. This one is just almost topping out. It's kind of one of the slower growers, but we're super heavy producer. It's called Sweetheart Cherry from Baker Creek. And look at how productive this thing is, man. It makes these long tendrils. Look how many tendrils it is. Then look how long they are. Look how many fruit they have. They just keep going and going. As long as nothing gets in their way, they just grow and grow. Look at all these like fruits. So then I grow them this way. The camera's pointing south right now, so this is looking at the north side, the shadowed side. So I prune this back like crazy, and I train the tomatoes to come through so that they like are supported, and so the little flowers can go down, 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 down. So this will just be more and more cascading tomatoes. This is a view inside the A. Still growing up. It's not all the way up yet, so this is going to be a lot of tomatoes. I hope I'll give it liquid fertilizer every week. These are some delicious green onions that I've been eating all week, same as what the lettuce is. Grow green onions, and you get green onions for free all the time. Sweetheart cherry tomato. Then this thing, man, started so slow, but now it's gigantor. You're gonna see the back of it in just a second. This is my Roma tomato, and the awesome thing about using the A is that on the front you have all the growth, and then when you go around to the back, you can cut it open. You prune back really heavily, and so you have all these like wonderful little fruits, just like growing in the shade, protected from the sun, easy to access. This is actually quite overgrown. I'm really amazed by what happened in the last week because there's just so much growth. I need to do such a prune now, and I've only been gone for like 5 days. Anyway, continuing around, God, speaking of overgrowth, this one in particular is called spoon tomato. it produces these little teeny tiny, I'm finding for you, some little teeny tiny tomatoes like this. They're very tart. I will say they're not my favorite, but they're really cute. They liven things up, but they're really, really good on pizza. And this is just like an overgrown, incredible overgrown mess. I've been gone like 5 days. It's just amazing how much this thing grows. You'll see on the back column. Let's go around, take a look at how it's fruiting. Let me just finish the rest of this bed. I'll just show you what I've been growing. I have like these carrots were left over from early in the season. I also had like beets in here. I just haven't had time to replant anything. I have like giantly overgrown basil in like comically bodacious garden. I keep herbs down here, some cilantro, overgrown parsley, some French thyme, and I forget what this stuff's called for the, I forget what that stuff's called. I always forget that one. Then check it out, here, look at it. Here are my spoon tomatoes. Look at how many. Going down, down, down. You do the same thing, let them through the grate. Stay shaded back here. All of these fruit, easy to access. This really needs a crazy prune. Then I'll show you the other thing I do with the roots. See, I grow the vines out. The very first set of vines, I don't know if you can see that down there. I grow them out. I dip them underneath the dirt. I do it on the other side too, see, with 2 sets. When I'm building my stock, so I do is I try to get like some, leaders, little like heads across the top. I'll show you. Here's one, little growth heads, whatever you call them. I try to get them spaced out across the grid, all growing upwards at the same time. I kind of make a game of seeing how fast I can get this thing filled up with growing tomatoes. Try to keep, this is like way overgrown. Usually I prune it way back, so as much as possible all the light goes towards growing stuff. I need to bring this back up and go for 5 days. And so let's see. Then now, hold on for the crazy ass varieties. These are all from Baker Creek. Here is more basil because you can't get enough basil. Some mint down there. Some new carrots are coming in. Beets are coming in. A few more lettuces because why not? And some radishes around them. But I think the radishes are pretty done now. But now let's look at these tomatoes. Again, same thing, growing up these lettuces. This is called berries. Amazing. Berries, amazing something, I don't even know, but they fruit like crazy. I have literally, there's gonna be like 1,000 fruit off of this. I'll show you on the other side. Come around, let's look over there. Let's look at these things now. Look at how these cluster like crazy. They are actually literally amazing. Juicy, sweet tomatoes. Again, the fruity ones are like slower growers, so this one hasn't quite reached the top yet. But that's fine with me because it's just like concentrating on making this kind of business. Okay, cool. Come on. I'll show you. This is the most delicious of all the tomatoes. This one's topped out. Actually, it topped out since I was gone. I need to pinch the tops off. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I grew 4 columns up this one. Every one has a different growth pattern. The spooners, I did like 7 across the top. Most of them I do 4 or 5. But these are called Isis Candy, beautiful orange tomatoes. They are the most delicious they're like little baby heirloom orange tomatoes, also from Baker Creek. Anyway, you can see on the south facing side, I just try to keep it just tomato leaves. And then on the north side, I'll prune it back. Let's go around and look at the back. Oh boy, some of the good, these are such good tomatoes. You guys can check it out. So then see on this side, everything's pruned back. You can see where I dipped in a tomato vine. If it dips into the earth, it grows roots. And so I wanted to maximize how much root growth there is. So you can see down here what I did with these guys. See how the vine dips in, and it goes up to make its own little growth. And it comes up, same here. Here it dips down, and I just grew this little thing out just because, why not have 1,000,000 more tomatoes? You can see. Then everything's really accessible from the back on the shady side, and so I prune this back. So let's look over Isis Candies. Look at these things. Yeah. So this is all of these tomatoes came from 6 tiny tomato seeds. So probably 1/10 of a gram of tomato seeds all together turned into these crazy ass. This is like feasting all summer, me and all my neighbors, basically anybody that can like take some of these tomatoes off me. And then this one grew the fastest and it's very heavily fruiting. And these are delicious. This is the black cherry. I'll just like give you like a, look at all these. Yeah, let's go up closer. Look at all these. These are like big, giant, fat, like meaty. They're almost like figs when you cut them open. They're like green and purple. These are a little more bleached out because they're on the sunny side. But just look at how many are on the sunny side. Look at all these tomatoes. Look at all these goddamn tomatoes. This was also the first one to top out. This is like the most like solid citizen, like Captain America of all the tomato vines. It just grows and fruits and does their thing right. And look at this, man. On the side, look how many fruits I got going here. Look at all these guys, just going up the side to the top. It's outrageous. Like, I mean, it's just like, and then of course when we go on the shady side, then we see all of the different, like, more and more clusters coming in of just insane tomatoes. Okay, I'm not done yet. There's always, let's go walk past our, so those were black cherry, again, Baker Creek in the middle, Isis Candy, then these were our sweetheart cherries. Then in this next bed, I recently planted these pumpkins. I grew sweet peas here in the spring, and these pumpkins obviously are just like hauling ass, so hopefully I'll get some pumpkins in time for Halloween. And then these are sweet peppers. They're doing really nicely that I grew from seed. One of them is going to be purple. You can see it right here. It's not ready yet. So here's a purple sweet bell pepper. Got a bunch of them going in there. On the other side is green bell pepper. So I have purple, green, yellow. The other bed had yellow and orange bell peppers, although the orange isn't doing that well then. For the salsa, the pickling, we got jalapeno. Yeah, here we got some going. We got some ready right now. So we're gonna have to think of some way to spice things up. And then look at this very cute little serrano. This is the big brother to that one on the other bed. And then these are the goth queens. Look at them. They are beautiful, big ass, purple. This is the whole bed. Big ass, purple Japanese eggplants, and they are just starting to fruit up here. So I'm gonna have like a crazy ass delicious August. And now, saving the best for last, I guess I would start with a close-up of these buds. Just started budding in the last few days while I was gone. You can see the hairs. There's been a lot of hairs all along, so I knew they were ladies, but now they're like going into flower mode, 2nd of August. Good to know. They're not all in flower mode, but they're starting, they're like clearly going. And now, just to step back and show you the whole bed. Welcome to the jungle, because it's like being in the goddamn rainforest with my giant, this is what is known as a giant box. I can't even get it all in frame. I have to go back. Here we go. Now we're starting to see it. This is a giant box of free weed. So this is my strawberry. It's called a strawberry diesel. I love the diesel varieties, and so I just found this. This grew from a tiny seed. Those tops are like, I don't know, that has to be like, I don't know, 12 or 14 feet or something. Now they grew so much just while I was gone. I pruned them back 3 times. I give them liquid fertilizer every week, but you can see they're on top of 30-inch boxes, so I'll subtract that from the true height, but it's still like well overhead. So that's the strawberry diesel. This is CBD that I plant for my stepdaughter. She has a condition where she has like a condition where we give her CBD to control like seizures, and it's very, very effective but very expensive. So I'm going to see if I can make an extract for her. I don't even know these buds. I don't even know what they're supposed to look like, but they're not flowering like the other ones. And then just like to look inside, check these things out. So this is the CBD. This is like, I don't know, 2 inches, something like that. But check out this baby. This thing is like, I don't know, 3 inches diameter on the inside. Here's a view of the canopy from the inside. This is the strawberry diesel. There's the CBD, and then in the background, that is what we started on with that bud, was the Kim Dog. Let's go see the Kim Dog. Also like 3-inch stem. I've obviously, you can see how bare it is inside. I've pruned this like 3 times. I've like topped it like in 4 different freestyle sessions to get all of this growth up here. Anyway, since I left, it's starting to like actually flower, and when it flowers, it starts turning into those, like, they become much more pointed. Anyway, this will yield like probably 90 million tons of grade A weed. Hopefully that's the Kim Dog on the left that's flowering. And then, like, you know that your life is wonderful. Well, first let's visit the Yuki Diesel. I'm going to prune this back. I don't know why parts of it are going yellow, but this one is like really flowering. I only planned to have 3 plants, but I didn't know what gender they would be, so I planted a couple extras, and the Yuki was like kind of like that serrano pepper. It just kept showing so much heart. I had to let it live. And it's like the first to flower, and so it got its own little pot here. Yuki Diesel. And then this is how you know that you're making correct life decisions. So you have a weed and strawberry bed. And so here are my strawberries growing. See some big fat juicy strawberries, super healthy. They keep these healthy by like pruning them back, so they're just like 1 or 2 little strawberries growing in a cluster instead of 50. That'll make most delicious juicy strawberries. Here's my weed bed. I'll give you a wide angle view of the garden. Got some sunflowers going. That's it. Here it is.